If you are verbally, mentally, and emotionally abusing your child, they're not going to trust you. If you are physically, right? And in my case, be honest with y'all, I do fall for that line, spare the rod, for spoil the child. Okay? My kids are older, but when they was younger, I gave them 3 strikes. And the way my mother raised us, I'm old now. If you disrespect your elders or your teachers, right? Which they were still elders, don't get it wrong. You got a whooping. But the way she did it, she would come and talk to you. She will, warn you. She would give you warnings. And it was more like the 3 strikes. So I don't care what y'all say as parents. That's how you do yours. If yours living well, that's beautiful. Do not get it wrong. But some children, you might have to put a little fear in them for respect. Do not take it wrong. It's fear for respect. For not just themselves, because you got to teach them how to respect themselves. When you teach your child how to respect themselves, they only going to give that respect back. If you have not taught your child or your children how to respect themselves and care for themselves, then they only going to give what's there. It's not complicated, family. If they full of anger, full of fear, full of hatred, full of bitterness, and they see their parents is like this, they're going to emulate us. They're going to emulate us. So then you wonder, why my kids acting like this? I don't know why she acting like this, or why he acting like that. Look who is their example. And a lot of times, that's all you got to do. If you know you doing healthy stuff, like morals, values, principles, and raising your children, because it's an inside-out job with all of us. We only can give them what we have in here. So when you're working with your children and you teaching them, most of all, how to be honest with themselves, how to have faith in themselves, how to trust in themselves, because they got to believe in themselves. So when they start practicing the opposite, then they realize, oh, this don't feel right. Something ain't right with this. I'm talking about within themselves. And certain behaviors, they feel uncomfortable if they wasn't taught in a more healthier way. And if it's a toxic thing, some will back up off it. Yeah, you know how I can say that? As a parent myself, as a person that became a foster care parent, I apologize. I was taught how to deal with children that's not yours. As a mentor, but most of all, I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at my own self. I could tell my kids do this and do that and do this and do that all day long. But if they don't see me doing what I tell them to do, they get lost. Because you can tell them, but they got to see it as well. And I learned that. Basically, like I said, dealing with my own. Steve, they hear what you're saying, but they also watching what you do. And for us, we're justified that I'm grown. You ain't gonna do that. But look what you're saying out your mouth. So basically, parents, when we do that to our children, we are hypocrites. You're a hypocrite. You saying one thing, but you're doing the opposite. That's why a lot of our children, they grow up confused and lost. And then we wonder why. BMore, Teen Talk Show. BMore, Teen Talk Show. The goal is giving our youth a voice. Then it hit me one day. The parents are the voice or the solution to whatever their issues are. And I realized too, it starts with the parents.